Hi everyone, um, it's Nonya here, and today's date is 29th of December 2025, and it's currently 9 p.m. Nigerian time. In this video, I will be counting my 2025 blessings. That is, I'll be naming some of the things I am so grateful to God for that has happened to me this year. And yes, I have my small cake with me. I have my card, so let's go. The first thing on my card is I'm grateful to God for life, for good health, my family, and my friends. I am so grateful to God that He kept me alive this year. I'm so grateful to God for good health. I fell sick this year, but not to the extent of me being admitted to the hospital. I'm grateful that I did not lose any of my family members. I'm grateful that my friends are also alive and well. I had the opportunity to visit the hospital a couple of times this year, and the things I saw there traumatized me for days. So it's made me to actually appreciate the good health that I have, and I'm so thankful to God for that. Then another on my list is I'm grateful for the losses I experienced this year because of what they changed me. This year, I experienced some things that I never imagined in my life would happen to me. I lost some certain things that I never thought I would lose because I thought that they would always be with me. But this year, the way I lost them, it shook me. It shook me to my core that I am even surprised that I am here talking about them. But as much as those events were so painful and traumatizing, it kind of brought out a side of me that I never knew that was there. And it made me, I started seeing myself, it just changed me. And it brought out sides of me that I never knew it was there. And it's made me, I started looking inward, not just outward. I started actually focusing on myself because the pain just changed me. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but what I'm just trying to say that I'm grateful for the losses, although they were so painful, but they just brought out a better version of me. Then next on my list is this year I accepted my flaws and started healing my younger self. This year actually, made me realize that I had a lot of healing to do. I had a lot of introspection to do. This year made me to isolate myself. This year made me to shut out everybody else, shut out every other thing, and actually started looking inwards. And in the process of me actually looking inwards, I saw that there was so much I needed to heal from, especially events that has happened to me when I was younger. And it just opened my eyes and I started realizing that some of the characters and actions that I am currently exhibiting are just because of some of the things that you picked up or might have happened to you when you were a younger child. So I started taking care of my younger self, and I started telling her things like, you did what you could do at that moment. It is not your fault. You tried your best, and kudos for trying and for, surviving to this moment. And I am so, so proud of her. So yes, that was one thing I did this year. Another thing again I am grateful for this year is this year I chose myself and I learned to speak up for myself even when it was painful. This year I chose myself. See my cake. This year I chose myself. Wow. I don't even know where to start from in this one. But just know that I chose myself. It was hard though. It was painful. It was not a walk in the park. But but I chose myself in every ramification that you can think of. In every, when I mean in the tiniest of detail, I chose myself in that way. I am still learning how to do this. I won't say I am a professional yet, or oh, but I am just learning. But one thing I'm grateful this is that choosing myself actually helped me to, not experience a lot of things I used to experience before. And I am so grateful that I spoke out, you know, and I just said some things that were just so difficult for me to say before. So I'm proud of myself. Another thing on my list, this one is even upside down. I tried new things this year, even when it was painful. If you have seen my last video that I posted, you will notice that I tried a couple of new things this year. I started working out from the stadium to the gym. This year was the first time I ever entered the gym. I was so anxious. I was so scared. I don't even know. I was just so anxious. But when I now got there, they were so kind. They were so welcoming. They knew I have never done this thing before, and they guided me. And I was so like, all that anxiousness just poof, it went out of the window. So, and I tried new things, things that would scare me, and I would just shy away from them. I did it, and I am so grateful. Please go back to the former video. There were so many things I even do not mention, like nails. I started doing my own nails. I learned how to start doing my own nails. I I I won't say this out loud, but I visited a new church. Just a secret between the both of us, but it was just new things I started trying, and I'm so proud of myself that I overcame my fears and I did them. Then another thing on my list that I did this year was I overcame my fear of driving, and I learned how to drive. You see this one? If anybody told me that one day I'm going to enter inside a car and drive down like the streets on the road, I'll say it's a lie, you're lying. But this year, I did it. I was so scared. I was so scared, but I did it. I overcame that fear. I registered in a driving school, and I had a couple of lessons. Though I'm still a learner, but I am still grateful to God that I actually learned it. And in the process, I did not kill anybody. So I am so grateful to God for that. Then, last but not the least, before I say this, there are other things that, that I didn't mention, because if I continue to talk, this video will be so long. But just know that, you see, this year, it was one of the years that I would say that I am aware of everything I did. Like this year, when I mean it's as if I can remember the events of my life and how this year went. It's like as if I kept a record. And I'm not just saying that it was intentional. I'm not saying that I planned it out. I'm not saying that there were no hurdles. There were hurdles. There were emotional setbacks. But I am so grateful to God that instead of me wallowing in self-pity, self-blame, I picked myself up. I trusted God. And I just, in every moment I found myself down, I would always look up to God. And I am still doing that. And that then brings me to my next point, which is, I don't know if you can see this thing. I drew closer to God. Yes. I don't know if I would say that it's because of the things I experienced this year, or if it's, I don't know. Let me not say what I don't know. But I just know that this year was a year that, like, I really decided to just come very close to God, because I knew that at a point I couldn't do these things on my own anymore. So yeah, I think this might be a wrap here, and thank you so much for riding this with me this year, and I look forward to another year.